All right, what did you say? Two.
200 size up.
Okay, and the 55% of the world has this trait as far as processing information. Dan, your group should get it. We just went over how people process information. It's one of the 3 ways people process information. Go ahead. Hand up.
The 55% of the world processes information visually.
Let's see.
What is visual?
What is visual? Correct. Very good. So you have control now of the board.
Pain for 300.
Frustrated, concerned, bothered, worried. What are those? What are those words?
I'll go.
Go ahead, Val.
What are some of the emotions a prospect is feeling when they first come to you?
Got it. Yes, you're on the right track. You're absolutely right. What are emotional words used in the question and pain step? Worried, frustrated, bothered, fire. Very good. What category was that again? That was a 300 question.
In 300.
Yeah.
So I just got 300 points. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. So in the size up category, we've only done 200. In the pain category, we've done 200 and 300. All right. So you get control back.
I'll do extend for 200.
Okay. The answer is, what is the product? What does the product do? What problem does the product fix? And how would the prospect evaluate how they would judge the product against the competition? What are those 4 things?
Ben.
Go ahead, Ben.
Step 3 in the process?
No,
What is,
no, not step 3.
or step 4?
Deborah.
What is the investment they're willing to put into the project? It's part of your 3-pronged stool, but
Well, no, I said that. You see, you get points anyway. It is the 4-legged value proposition. It's the 4-legged stool. It's what are the 4 legs of the value proposition? The 4 legs of the value proposition, it was done last week in the recording, if you remember. I said, what is the product? What does the product do? What problem does the product solve for the client? And how would the client evaluate that against the competition? That is the 4-legged value proposition. And I use a stool as the 4-legged, like 4-legged milk stool as the example of that one. So Deb, you get points because you said stool. You know where it came from. Good. All right. And that was under, which one was that? Did we just do the?
that was extend.
$200 question. Okay. All right. You have control, Deb.
Let's do other for 300.
Okay. A prospecting awareness. A prospecting awareness. What's it? Put it in a question format. Nobody?
Sure.
Nobody wants to take a stab at it? Remember, I'm not deducting points.
Oh, I have it right here. Let's see. Oh, I'll go. So it's
Go ahead, Deb.
always, what is always sharing your card or information with everyone with that around you. So the 3-foot rule, and also being in the appointment making business.
Correct. You know, what type of awareness should prospects have throughout their selling day, or with prospects, salespeople? What you should always have a prospect awareness. Are you always thinking about the 3-foot rule? Are you always out there prospecting? Remember, when you're like in an elevator, the person that's in the elevator with you might not need your services, but it's not what they need, is who they might know. So are you always developing a prospect awareness? Do you always carry yard signs? Are you always out there doing something while you're out in the public prospecting? So yeah, that's what that one means. So good for you. Okay. You have control, Deb.
Let's do size up for 100.
Okay. This group in the DISC profile fears loss of control.
Ben.
I knew you were going to answer Ben.
D. What is a D?
Yay, there you go. Very good. Now we're rolling. Yeah. D's fear loss of control. And that's why we try and identify styles of people, so that when we're meeting with them on the playing field for the first time, we have an advantage over somebody else. So, all right. So just to let you guys know, Ben, you have control now. And we've, in the size up, we've got 300, 400, and 500 left. In pain, we have 100, 400, and 500. In extend, we've eliminated 200 and 300. None have been done in the proposal column, and only 300 in the other column.
I'm gonna go pain for 500.
Pain for 500. Surface, business, personal.
Mark,
Go ahead, Mark.
what are the 3 types of pain?
Hey. Yep. 3 levels of pain. First pain a client gives you is the surface pain. The next pain they give you, the next pain is kind of more of a business related. And the last pain, but the most important that we want to know, is the personal pain. What's the problem? What's causing the problem, and the impact that problem is having on them is the most important. And we don't sometimes ask that question. We hear the pain and we jump right ahead into, oh, let me tell you, I fix it. Instead of asking something, so I get, this is the problem, this problem. Have I got it? Yeah. What kind of impact is this problem having on you? And even, by the way, I'm curious, what causes that problem? What caused that problem? We just assume that they want it fixed, but you can investigate that. So Mark, good answer. Okay. You have control.
I'll do proposal for 100.
Okay. Review pain, budget, and decision steps. Now remember what column we're in.
Yeah, this is in the providing a solution. What are the steps in presenting a solution?
You're close. Anybody want to refine it? You're very close, Mark. You're very close.
I think what I
What
would
are
say
the
to
first
that,
steps? What do you, yeah, you're in, is what you should do before you do the presentation step, before you review the pain, the budget, you review everything first before you start going into the presentation.
okay. I was going to say it's kind of like the upfront contract of that stage is what I was thinking.
Well, then that would have been right too. Yeah, good, good. All right, you have control.
I'll do proposal for 200.
Okay, stay in the same column. The ultimate upfront contract. When you said what you just said.
Okay. The ultimate upfront contract.
What's the question?
What is the overall sales process? Or is that too vague?
Kind of vague.
Okay.
Anybody else? Okay, so the way I want you to think about this, answering this one is, before you're presenting, before you're doing your proposal, you should do the ultimate upfront contract, which is,
Janelle,
whoops,
tell them no, or tell them they can say no. Give them
Yeah.
permission to, what
No,
is
I'm
give
glad-
them permission to say no?
Okay, the upfront contract is done right after bond rapport. And the upfront contract where you're at, Janelle, is the 5 elements: time, objective, their agenda, your agenda, likely outcome. The
Okay.
ultimate upfront contract is done just before you start presenting. It is the, hey, let's pretend I'm about ready to show you how my product or service can solve your problem at a price you can afford. I'm just curious what would happen next. So it's kind of getting the terms of a contract. You're reinforcing the upfront contract. And when I did Ben's group earlier this morning, I was really trying to stress that close before you present. Most people spend lots of money going to closing seminars, reading books on how to close. And it's just so simple. Just close before you present. Because if you know what the person's paying, you know what their budget, and you're designing a product or service that solves their pain at a price that they can afford, do you really need to close them? Or should you just fulfill? It's just fulfillment, isn't it? Here's what you told me the problem was. Here's what you told me you'd spend. I'm about ready to show you how I'm going to be able to solve those problems at a price you can afford. I'm just curious what would happen next. So that's what we mean by the close before you present. It is a wonderful technique once you get really good and practice at it. But just like anything else, you're going to fail the first couple of times you try it, because you really have to be curious and skeptical. It can't sound like a ploy. It's almost got to be like a good actor who's learned his line very well, that it's not acting. So I'm just curious. I'm about ready to show you how I can solve your problem price you can afford. I just was curious. Let's pretend it is what you want. What would happen next? So, all right, that was number 2. Mark, you still have control, right?
Sure. I'll do other for 100.
When a salesperson reverts back to benefits and feature selling instead of pain selling.
Mark,
Yeah, Mark.
Wimp Junction.
Yay. What is Wimp Junction? Yeah. And quick little side story, by the way. Terry Slattery, I was telling the guys earlier, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, was my first sales trainer. And Terry was actually one of Dave Sandler's original partners. They had a falling out. And in the book, Dave Sandler's book is Wimp Junction. Terry actually came up with Wimp Junction. It was his. So they did go to court, and the judge ruled that they both own the copyright to Wimp Junction. So you'll see it in Terry Slattery's training that he does independently now, and you'll see it in Sandler. But Wimp Junction is actually trademarked as it's reverting back to benefits and feature selling instead of pain selling. Good job. All right. Mark takes the big lead.
I'll take other for 200.
Got it. All right. When salespeople introduce features and benefits not acknowledged by the prospect as a need.
Mark, what is selling for your needs and not for their needs?
What do you think, team? Everybody else like that one?
Yeah.
What is painting seagulls in the prospect's pictures? So you're on the right thing. That was it. It was just, who by voice does not know what the seagull story is? Ben, do you ever hear it?
I've heard it in the Sandler training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody want me to repeat it, or anybody, you want to hear it? Okay. True story. Nancy's a little girl, kindergarten girl. The teacher told Nancy in the class, hey, finger paint what your family did over the holiday weekend. So Nancy gets the finger paints out and she paints this seascape. And she's got this umbrella to the far left of it, and has got a little stick picture of her way to the far left of the beach. And Nancy's teacher, a frustrated art major, came up to her and said, Nancy, this is beautiful, it's a wonderful picture, but it's unbalanced. You need something far over here on the other side of it. So she painted a seagull in her picture. And Nancy went home crying. And when her dad came home and said, Nancy, how was school today? My teacher hates me. I'm never going back to school. So Nancy refuses to go to school. So of course, this was a true story, true case out in California. So the parents sued the school district. And so the judge says, hey, I've listened to the board of directors. I've listened to the school board. I've listened to the parents. Before I make a ruling, I just want to hear from Nancy. So he took Nancy in his chambers and says, Nancy, I just want to know, why did you get so upset when that teacher painted that seagull in your picture? And through her tears, Nancy said, because I didn't see it there. And the moral of the story is, how many times do salespeople paint seagulls in the prospect's picture by bringing up pains or issues or things that the prospect hadn't even thought about or even was a concern to them. So don't paint seagulls in the prospect's picture. It's their picture, whether it's unbalanced or not. It's their picture, not yours. So good answer. All right. Next one. Mark.
I'll do, is paying for 400 still available?
Yes, only in that compartment, the only ones that weren't were 200 and 300. So 400's available. So let's do that one for you. Solve pain in the present.
That, I'm gonna let somebody else answer. I don't know.
Anybody else? What?
Mark?
It's the 4 reasons we buy anything.
Yeah.
So what is this one though?
Mark?
Yeah, Mark.
What is the first reason we buy?
It is. Yeah, you got it. It's close. It's the right answer. Yeah. What is the strongest pain motivator?
Okay.
Okay. We buy to avoid pain in the future. We buy to avoid pain in the present. We buy to gain pleasure in the present. We buy to gain pleasure in the future. Those are the 4 reasons we buy anything. Solve pain today, solve pain in the future, gain pleasure today, gain pleasure in the future. And the strongest motivator is to solve a pain today. So be careful about trying to talk about all the pleasure reasons why somebody should buy your product or service. Those are reasons, but what pain are they avoiding? Avoiding pain is the strongest motivator. That's where I was going with this question. Who got that one? Mark, you got that one again or somebody else got it? All right, so what we have left is in size up 3, 4, and 500, in pain just 100, in extend 100, 406, in proposal 3, 4, and 5, and in other 4 and 5.
I'll do other for 500.
Sorry, there's no daily doubles. You were seeking one, weren't you? This tip of the BAT triangle is controlled by your actions and skills. And again, what we're looking for, what does BAT stand for probably here? Anybody remember the BAT triangle? What does it even stand for?
I don't remember it all. Sorry.
No, the success triangle.
Oh, yeah.
Ben,
Good.
go ahead.
What is technical knowledge?
Well, you said technical. That's one of the. That's
Yeah.
one of them. Yeah.
Good. Behavior
Techniques.
action.
What does the B and the A stand for?
What's it?
What does the B and the A stand for?
Behavior.
Action.
Behavior and
Attitude.
attitude. Yeah, the BAT triangle: behavior, attitude, technique. So which one of those BAT is controlled by your actions and skills?
Behavior. That's right.
Your attitude. And let me explain where I'm going with this. When you think about a triangle, we talk about the attitude at the top, B over on the left, and techniques. If you have the right behaviors and the right techniques, what's your attitude going to be like? Good, isn't it? So you can't always control your attitude, but you can always control your behaviors. So if you're doing the right behaviors, you're making the phone calls, you're doing your marketing, you're doing the things you have to, and then you have the right sales techniques, what's your attitude going to be like? See, most people, have you seen people with those pins say attitude? You just got to have a positive mental attitude. Well, how do you tell somebody that? How do you just got to, you had a bad day. Your dog got hit by a car, your wife divorced you. You're having a bad day. Just have a better attitude. By having you control your attitude, by having the right behaviors and the right sales techniques. So I can teach you sales techniques. I can even help you with some of the behaviors, but you have to do the two to make sure that you have the right attitude. Some people think, so here's the way it goes. Does how you feel control how you act, or does how you act control how you feel?
How you got control, how you think.
How you act controls how you feel, because a lot of people don't know how I feel is going to control. If I feel good when I wake up this morning, I'll set the world on fire. And so how I feel controls. Yeah, but you can't always control just how you feel, but you can always control how you act. So that's where that question was going for that one.
Okay.
All right. Who did Ben? You got that one, didn't you? Or you somewhat?
Mhm.
All right, let's throw it back into your court, Ben. You have control of the board.
Let's see, what's left in proposal?
In size up, we have 4 and 500 left. In pain, we just have 100. In extend, we have 100, 4 and 6. In proposal, we have 3, 4 and 5, and another 4 and 5.
I'll take proposal for 300.
The thermometer close. Nobody remember the thermometer close? Oh my God.
I do. This goes with the ultimate contract. So it is when you ask the question how I'm doing at like 80%, and then make them request the rest of it. So are you at 5 or 6? And do you want to hear the rest? How can we get you to an 8? I remember it, but I can't
Okay.
figure out the question.
It's just a technique to measure the prospect's level of interest in the solution. So what's a technique to measure the prospect's level of interest in your solution? So let me do it for those of you, just a refresher again, power training through reinforcement. So if you don't remember it, or if you do, just reinforce it. The technique is this: in the proposal or the fulfillment step, you show them your product or service, how you think you can solve their problem, price you can afford. But you only show them 2/3 of your presentation. And then you stop and take their temperature. It sounds like, hey, Ben, I've got about 1/3 left to show you. We still got to talk about delivery dates and that kind of stuff. But I'm just curious, off the record, on a scale of 1 to 10, how am I doing so far? They have to know you have 1/3 left to see in the presentation. But again, instead of spewing all your stuff and you're missing the point, you're not getting them, they're just actively listening to you. The idea is, hey, I've got 1/3 left to show you. I'm just curious how am I doing so far. 5 or less, if the client says, I don't know, it gets to 5. Close up your book and pretend like you're going home. Nobody buys at 5. 5 is neutral. 5 is nothing. What we're trying to do is use the principle of object at rest tend to stay at rest unless acted on by equal or opposite force. So instead of having them just hang neutral, we're trying to get them motivated to move to a 5 or to 6 or 7. So when they say I'm a 5, say, no, man, sounds like I'm really missing the boat. Sounds like I'm really not doing a very good job. Now, remember, if they want to see the other 1/3, they've got to bring their number up. Sounds like, with the 5, sounds like no reason even to show you the other 1/3. Nobody buys a 5. Then, well, I guess I'm not a 5, I'm a 6 or 7. Great, 6 or 7. What do you need to see in the 1/3 I have left to go to maybe an 8 or a 9? Don't try and think you have to take them at 10. Some people never buy at 10. Some people, nothing's ever perfect. So the thermometer close is to get them into that 8 or 9. And then even if they say, well, yeah, I'm a 9, this is fantastic, it's everything I want. Your gut will tell you whether that's true or not. But if for some reason you're not really sure they're ready to buy, that's when you do a negative reverse and you say, hey, Ben, I appreciate as good as a number 9 is. I'm getting the feeling that even though you say you're 9, if I had the contract right now in front of me, you'd hesitate to sign it. Why am I feeling that way? And you'll get, oh, no, I'm ready to sign. I'm ready to go. Or you'll get whatever last objection is and see you still got 1/3 of your presentation left that you can change to take them up to that higher number or whatever. That's why the technique is so important of doing the, hey, I just am curious, how am I doing so far? Scale of 1 to 10. If you show them everything, then you don't have anything else to show them. If you tell them I've got 1/3 left to show them, you could close right then or use the other 1/3 to adapt and change your presentation if you have to. Any questions on the thermometer close? It's very effective. So start adding it if you can. That was very close. That was good. All right, I've lost whose control.
Well, did I count?
I
for
give
my-
it to Deb,
All
yeah.
right, Deb, you get control.
Let's do. Do we still have other 500?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I thought we did other 500.
We did
That
that.
Oh,
we
yeah, I
did.
did do that one. I'm sorry.
So what about
400.
other 400?
It's the first rule about losing a sale.
Mark,
Go ahead, Mark.
you can't lose something you never had.
Let's see how perfect you are. What is can't lose, what you never had, right? I get a kick out of that. People, oh, I lost that sale. When did you ever have it, right? Exactly.
Yep.
All right, you have control, Mark. Close
Let's
out
do-
other.
Is it proposed solution for 400 available?
Yeah. What would you like me to do next? Group from this morning should remember that.
Yeah.
Nobody? Ben?
So what do you ask after, I mean, it would be the statement following if what we present solves your problems for a price you can afford.
So it's this, what question should be the sales we ask to close the sale? That is your magic dust. What would you like me to do? You've done the presentation, you've solved the problem at a price they could afford. The magic close is what would you like me to do next? Never ask the client. I said this morning at the Benyer group. Remember, never ask the client, what do you want? What do you want to do next? It gives them the out to think it over. What do you want me to do next? And it's called the assumptive sale. If you've ever followed the 7 ways of closing a sale, the assumptive sale is you assume they want to buy since you did what they asked you to do, solve the problem, price they can afford. So what would you like me to do next? I don't know, fill out a contract, give you a down payment, that kind of thing. Good job. Good job. All right, Ben, I'm going to give you control, let you finish out here. We've got 500 left under proposal, 4 and 500 under extend, and 3, 4, and 5 under size up.
I'll take 400 for size up.
S in the disc profile stands for what? There's a couple correct answers here.
What is steady?
That's a good one. That's one that's right too. Yes.
What is style?
I'm sorry?
Style?
Stable and security. Yeah, those are stable security. S style people are just, that's what they're looking for. The security, stability. Yep, that's what they're looking for. And that's a good answer to that one. All right. Who said that? The last one. I can't see in your room there, Ben.
That was Colleen.
Go for it. You have control now.
Other 300.
Others done, I think. Did we do 300? Yeah, we did that. We've done. Others closed. That category is closed. On the proposal, we got 500 left. Under extend, we got 4 and 500. And under size up, we have 3 and 500.
Proposal, the last one is, did you say 4 or 500? Okay.
The answer is buyer's remorse. What is the question? One that might not get, because we haven't covered it a lot in my sessions, but if your interview that did go through some of the traditional Sandler training, it is covered there. So anybody remember the 7 steps? Bind and report, upfront contract, pain, budget, decision, fulfillment,
Close.
and then
Close.
what did you say?
Close.
Yeah, I thought you said post.
I'll try it.
Go ahead.
Ben, what happens when you fail in fulfillment?
You're on the right
Do
track. Yes, Ben. What do
salespeople-
salespeople fail to deal with immediately after closing the deal? It sounds like in your world, or Ben or Mark and Deborah, it's like somebody decides to go with you, but they've already, they also got bids from 3 other vendors, the contractors. You should deal with the fact that, hey, I don't envy you now. And they go, well, what do you mean? Well, although you chose to pick me, I appreciate that. Now you got to call those other vendors that you got quotes from and tell them you're going to go with me. How's that conversation going to go? You think maybe they're going to try and talk you out of it? See, most salespeople, they get the sale and then, oh, let me get the hell out of here before they change their mind, instead of dealing with buyer's remorse, because the person might think, oh, maybe I can get a better deal by going and talk to another vendor. So as long as you're there, immediately deal with any buyer's remorse you think might come up with, so that you don't have to buy back tomorrow what you sold today. Hey, everybody hear that old line? So, all right. I'm going to go, let's see, 500 anyway. Let's see if anybody gets this one. This famous poet said, people will forget what you said, they will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel.
Maya Angelou.
Very good. Ding, 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 ding. Yep. 500. I put it in there because as salespeople, we're so sometimes focused on benefits and features or pitching, pursuing, and we never stop and think about, how did I make that client feel? How did I make them feel? I might have been right, but how did I make them feel about that? I think I told Mark and Deborah this. I had a contractor in Wisconsin that owed me money for sales training. So I said, well, why don't you come in my house? We'll make a trade-in service. I've got a cabinet I need to have looked at. I want you to make a new cabinet for me. And so we'll look and trade services that way. And he came in, as soon as he came in the house, he grabbed the banister. You come in the house and the banister goes upstairs. And I have a dog and a kid, and they always run around that, and they use that banister almost as a centrifuge so it's all loose. So as soon as this guy came in, he grabbed the banister, was, oh, we got to fix that. And then he did come in. I said he wanted to look at the cabinets, but he dropped his pen and as he bent down, he looked under the refrigerator, and I got 2 golden retrievers. He says, oh, you need to vacuum that. There's a lot of hair into this thing. And then he leaned over by my washer and dryer, or the dishwasher, and he goes, oh, I can see you got your dishwasher temperature set too high. It's too hot. You're going to burn out your coil. And that. How did he make me feel during this? What do you think? Did I feel like, oh man, he's absolutely right, I can't wait to hire him to come fix all these things? Or did I feel inferior to him? At this point, I just wanted him out of my house because I got tired of him. I said to him, look, the house is 18 years old. I built it a year ago. I'm sure there's a lot of it wrong with, you're not here for all those things. You're here for the cabinet. Well, yeah, but you should take care of these other things. So he stopped. He probably was right. Yeah, man, might have been right in all of these things. But yet, how did he make me feel? He made me feel like, well, I'll get him out of here and I'll hire somebody else to do all these things. So that's why I stressed and put this one in here. I want you to remember how you made your client feel, because they'll forget what you said. You might have said everything right, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Good answer. All right. And so I think we only got one left. Oh, yeah. Magic wand or time machine? And any question where the answer would be magic wand or time machine?
What is a thing? Go ahead, Ben.
Go ahead, Ben. You raised your hand first.
What is future pain?
It is. That's the answer. That is an answer. Yes. I'm not saying it's wrong. All it is in this one is, what is a method to get pain? What is the technique to get future pain? So that's right. It is just, hey, it's when we talk about extend the pain in the future, how do you do it? By, hey, let's pretend I had a magic wand, pretend it's 6 months from now, and you could wave a magic wand and have all these problems fixed. What would your house look like? That's what it is. It's just a technique to get pain. And by the way, there's 8 techniques to get pain. Start, stop, magic wand. The one I've taught most of you is the pneumatic, the pain funnel. There's 8 ways, and we'll spend some time on our next training on all those ways to identify, not cause pain, but to identify pain. No pain, no sale. So we'll go from there. All right. I know it's a different way of training, but you'd be surprised how much you learn by doing it this way instead of me just reciting a whole bunch of knowledge to you. Anybody got any comments or questions or thoughts about this session? Ben's group is just tired because it's been 3 straight hours of this, so they've had enough of me. Anybody else? Okay, so next week I'll go over the 8 ways of getting pain. I'll go over the 8 ways of getting pain will be our training for next Wednesday, okay? In the meantime, call me if you need to. I'll send you the recording for this session. So if there's anything you want to go back to and reinforce. Okay,
Sounds good.
thanks, folks.
All right, thank
Have a
you.
good one. Thank you.
you.